Alright, Hasa, so in the last video, what we did is we created our very first app and we named it Music. Now, whenever Django created this app, it gave us a few files and a directory by default. Now, before we go on to the kind of fun part of this tutorial, I just want to give you guys a brief overview of what all of these files are. So like a real quick summary. So what migrations are basically a way that you can hook up or connect your website, all of your source code with your database. Now, if you guys are like, oh, that sounds kind of tough and it's probably going to be annoying, it is one of the easiest things ever, and it's one of my favorite parts about Django. You basically type one line real quick in the command prompt and it's hooked up. It's awesome. Can't wait to show you guys. Init.py, we already know what that is. It basically says, hey Python, you see this directory? It's not just a normal directory, it's actually a package. So, just something for Python. Admin. So whenever they're creating Django, they realized that almost every website in the world, it has an admin section. A section that you can go and like access the database and delete users and delete posts, whatever you want to do. So instead of having to make it yourself, it already has that admin functionality. So that's what this is, and there's a lot more to it, but that's basically what it is. Apps. This file is just, again, there's a lot more to it, but it's pretty much the configuration file or settings for this app. And right now we don't have a lot of settings. It says the name of it is Music. All right, there we go. So thank you, Django, for letting me know that. All right, so the next one is models. So a model is basically a blueprint for your database. So it's a template of how you are going to store data for this app. So real quick, let's go ahead and think about how we are going to do that. What do we want to store? What tables are we going to want in the music app? Well, we're probably going to want one for like albums, and each album is going to need like a title and maybe the artist. And we're probably going to want another table to store maybe the individual songs. So, each song, of course, is going to have a title, a length, so on and so forth. So later on, we'll create two classes in here. One class is just going to be albums, and another class is going to be songs. So that's basically the blueprint of how we're going to set up our database. It's going to be fun. And this one right here, this test, probably don't even need to explain this. You can create a bunch of little tests to make sure that you don't have any bugs in your code. And this views are actually really easy. Views are just functions. They're just Python functions, and what they do is they take a user request and they give them back something. Now, 95% of the time, the user is just going to request a web page, and you just give them a web page. Like you're looking at someone's profile, they send you that HTML page. You look at a video page, they send you all those files, whatever. Now, other times it isn't that direct. Like maybe the user just wants to log out or download something, so you would perform some action. But basically, views are just Python functions that take a request from the user and respond or give back a response in some kind of way. So once we create one single page, all of this is going to make sense if you guys are like, oh my god, there's so many files right now. But let's go ahead and just figure out how to do something simple right now.